Over the course of his life, Bill Spencer had always been a man of action. Yet, this time around, the burden of his broken family was weighing heavy on his mind. There had been a pressure placed on his relationships with his three boys, Liam, Wyatt, and Will, throughout the course of the previous year. His attempts to get back together with Katie Logan had been a complete and utter failure, leaving him feeling more alone than he ever had before. Even his professional aspirations at Spencer Publications had begun to feel hollow because he did not have a strong family base to support him. During the first scene, Bill is seen sitting in his office and gazing intently at a photograph that is framed and features all three of his sons. He makes a fist and bangs it down on the desk and clenches his fist. It is in a voice filled with conviction that he mutters, "This is over now." What is his plan? To get his family back together at whatever cost, regardless of whether or not skeletons need to be exposed or relationships need to be repaired. If you know Bill, however, you could find that his tactics are not as straightforward or tranquil as he means them to be. Scene 2. Wyatt and Liam, brothers in disadvantaged positions. Beginning with Liam and Wyatt, who have been gradually drifting apart as a result of their problematic relationships with Hope and Steffi, Bill concentrates his attention on them. Wyatt is irritated by Liam's never-ending vacillation between the two ladies, since he believes that his brother has not learned a single thing from the mistakes he has made in the past. Over the course of a few drinks, Liam makes an effort to convey to Wyatt his sentiments regarding Steffi and Hope. However, Wyatt's tolerance is not holding up. By this moment, the brother's anxiety has reached a point where it is boiling over. While Wyatt is placing his drink down, he snaps, "You're chasing the same old pattern, Liam. Do you ever engage in thoughts that are not focused on yourself?" Liam appears to be taken aback and is attempting to explain his conduct. Yet, Wyatt's words are painful. At this important juncture, Bill makes his entrance into the scene, taking note of the conflict that is occurring between his boys. Instead of giving them a lecture, Bill chooses to employ his typical strategies, which include manipulation and persuasion, in order to get them to come to an agreement. However, it is abundantly evident that the act of coercing a family reunion will take more than language alone. Reluctance on Katie's part in Scene 3. Things aren't going as smoothly as Bill would like them to be when it comes to his efforts to rebuild his relationship with Katie. Having lived through the ups and downs of Bill's love, Katie is careful not to allow herself to get drawn back into the relationship. Katie confides in Brooke about Bill's most recent attempts to get her back while they are both working at Forrester Creations. It is true that she still loves Bill, but she is unsure whether or not she can put her faith in him. Katie continues, "I've heard this song and dance before," while displaying a tired expression on her face. Bill never fails to make promises of change, but he never follows through on them. With her own tangled history with Bill clouding her advice, Brooke listens attentively to what Bill has to say. Brooke is concerned about whether or not Bill's intentions are as altruistic as they appear to be, even as she suggests to Katie that she should follow her heart. What will Bill do next? In an effort to demonstrate to Katie and his sons that he has gone through a transformation, he makes the decision to go all out and organize a surprise family gathering. Are Bill's huge gestures merely another example of his manipulative behavior, or does he really intend to make amends for the damage that has been done? In Chapter 2, Finn's secret is a danger to everything you know. The first scene, Finn's struggle within himself. While Dr. John Finn Finnegan is dealing with his own personal dilemma, Bill is struggling to find a way to bring his family back together. Paris has returned, and she is keeping a secret that has the potential to destroy Finn's marriage to Steffi. This comes after months of trying to put his near affair with Paris behind him. Paris has returned, and she is holding a secret for him. Since Finn has been keeping his love for Paris a secret, the tension is rising as she makes her way back into his life. Paris has been working her way back into his life. At the same time, Sheila Carter, Finn's biological mother, continues to be a shadowy figure in the background, which puts Finn under an even greater amount of pressure. While Steffi is at home, she starts to become aware that Finn is acting strangely. It is not lost on the Forrester family that he has been aloof, distracted, and secretive. These are characteristics that have been seen. The audience is aware that Finn's secret will ultimately be revealed, and when it does, the consequences could be catastrophic for all that he has collaborated on with Steffi during their relationship. Scene 2. Harris's arrival again. The return of Paris to Los Angeles is not at all innocent. She has her sights set on Finn, and even though she is not actively working to undermine his marriage, the very fact that she is present is enough to reawaken long-buried emotions. Since their last encounter, she has been tending to the unresolved tension that exists between them, and now that she has returned, it is impossible to deny the chemistry that exists between them. For the first time in several months, Finn and Paris are able to come face to face with one another at Forrester Creations. Even though it is brief, the interaction is fraught with stress that is not voiced. Paris gives Dr. Finnegan a cheeky smile and says, "It's great to see you again for the second time." Finn becomes rigid, his head racing with the shame he feels. Because Paris has a magnetic draw on him, he is aware that he ought to maintain his distance from her. As time goes on, Paris discovers more and more subtle methods to integrate herself into Finn's life, whether it be through his professional life or through his social life. Furthermore, despite his best attempts, Finn is unable to totally reject her interest. The third scene. Shayla's shadow. The ever-present danger posed by Sheila Carter is added to the stress that Finn is experiencing. Shayla's influence is felt strongly, despite the fact that she has not directly faced either Finn or Steffi in recent times. She has been patiently waiting for the ideal opportunity to strike, and she is aware that Finn's fragility may be the key to her success in this endeavor. Shayla observes Finn's moves from a distance, keeping a close eye on its progression. She is aware that if she plays her cards well, she has the ability to use his remorse and secrets to put a gap between him and Steffi, so laying the groundwork for her to re-enter her son's life. Will Shayla follow her gut impulses before Finn's secrets are revealed on their own? That is the dilemma that needs to be answered. The third chapter. What happens to Taylor? A last farewell? First scene. Taylor's struggles in life. Taylor Hayes is going through her own personal dilemma at the same time that Finn is fighting his inner demons and Bill is attempting to restore his family. Taylor has been left wondering about her role in the lives of Ridge and Brooke, as well as in the Forrester family, as a result of a recent conflict with this couple. She is exhausted as a result of the triangle that exists between her, Brooke, and Ridge, despite the fact that she loves Ridge. Taylor confides in Thomas about her developing feelings of isolation when they are both at their own offices. "It's possible that I ought to leave Los Angeles," Taylor adds, her voice breaking. "The amount is excessive, Thomas. It is difficult for me to continue to see Ridge switch between Brooke and me. I am not sure if I can do it." Through his unwavering devotion to his mother, Thomas makes an effort to comfort her. The truth, however, is that Taylor's position within the Forrester family is becoming increasingly questionable with each passing day. He is aware of this fact. Scene 2. Ridge's decision to act. Ridge, in the meantime, is once again torn between the two ladies that are a part of his lifetime. However, he is drawn in a different path by his convoluted history with Brooke, despite the fact that he loves Taylor. Following a particularly intense interaction with Brooke, Ridge comes to the realization that he must make a decision, one that will be final and irrevocable. Brooke and he take a seat at their preferred location on the Forrester estate that they both enjoy. Ridge starts off by saying, "Brooke, we've been through so much," and his voice starts off heavy with passion. "I am unable to continue living in such a manner. I have to first figure out what it is that I want, and then I have to be truthful with Taylor." While she listens, Brooke's heartbeat quickens. Although she has heard this before, there is something about Ridge's tone that makes it feel like it is conclusive. It is not only Ridge's relationship with Brooke that will be affected by his decision, it will also have an effect on Taylor's future. Do you think Ridge will make his decision and pick Taylor, or do you think this marks the end of their love story? Scene 3. The extraordinary choice made by Taylor. After several weeks of doubt, Taylor finally comes to a choice that is unexpected. It is a move that causes shockwaves to travel throughout the Forrester family when she makes the announcement that she intends to depart Los Angeles permanently. Taylor gives Steffi and Thomas a heartbreaking farewell scene in which she provides an explanation of the reasons she is leaving. Although tears are running down her face, Taylor adds, "I love you both more than anything else in the world, but I am unable to be here any longer. What I need to do is rediscover who I am." Despite the fact that Steffi and Thomas are inconsolable and pleading with their mother to stay, Taylor has already made up her decision. There is no telling what will happen to her now. Is it possible that she will return, or will something or someone cause her to reconsider her decision? Ridge Busted, Caught in a Web of Lies, is the title of Chapter 4. In the first scene, Brooke's suspicions. Brooke is beginning to have suspicions that Ridge has not been completely honest with her, while Taylor is struggling to make decisions about her future. She is able to overhear a conversation that is taking place between Ridge and Eric, in which Ridge makes a suggestion about something that he has been concealing between Brooke and Taylor. Eric cautions Cliff, saying, "Ridge, you need to be careful. You are putting yourself in danger." As Brooke comes to the realization that Ridge has been concealing information, her heart collapses. However, what is he trying to conceal? Uncovering the betrayal is the second scene. Ridge's secret is revealed to Brooke, which is a startling turn of events. Ridge has been secretly meeting Taylor behind her back, with the intention of rekindling their romance while also preserving his connection with Brooke. Brooke's confrontation with Ridge is the moment when the truth is revealed. "You have been deceiving me throughout this entire process." A tone of betrayal may be heard in Brooke's voice as she yells. Ridge tries to explain things to Brooke, but she is incapable of being forgiven. She confronts Ridge in a fierce confrontation and informs him that she is finished with his games for good. "Make your decision, Ridge," Brooke insists. "Taylor or I are the only finalists. On the other hand, I won't be your second choice." Section 3. Ridge's Fall from Grace. Ridge is forced to confront the repercussions of his lies over the course of the subsequent 2 weeks. At this point, he is at a crossroads, with both Brooke and Taylor prepared to leave his life to pursue other opportunities. Ridge is the one who has always been in charge, but now, for the very first time, he is the one who stands to lose everything. A scene that occurs at the end of the second week depicts Ridge sitting by himself in his office and gazing out the window at the cityscape of Los Angeles. Since his entire life has come crashing down around him, he has come to the realization that it is possible that he has lost both of the ladies he loves.